Hi, twins. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to get a message from your future lover, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. So, I am currently traveling right now. I am in New Orleans right now for a few days, and then I will be back and everything will be back to normal, okay? But I thought I would do a reading for y'all because I haven't done a twin flame reading in a while. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, so let's start off. Overall energy for this reading is going to be the Nine of Cups. So this is talking about, getting what you want, right? Having wish fulfillment, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, it's been a long time coming. Underneath this, we have the Page of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like this is talking about good news. It can speak of messages. It can also talk about your twin, because let me tell you this, your twin is probably going to show up in this reading because they are fighting tooth and nail to be able to speak to you, because for a lot of you, there is no contact, okay? Underneath this, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is the type of person that's coming towards you, your future lover. Six of Pentacles, somebody who is going to give exactly what you give, okay? If not more, okay? With the Six of Pentacles, this is talking about fairness, equal love. The both of you are going to love each other the same. It's not going to be one person loving the other person more than another, or one person loving and the other person not, which I feel like for a lot of you has been your pattern in the past, okay? And then look how they showing up, baby. The Emperor, Aries energy, okay? So this person is about their business. Like I've told you before in the past, this person is a boss. They're all about their business. They could have money. This could be someone who, has their own businesses. They may have more than one business. For one of the one of the careers that I've gotten is, one of them could be photographer. The other one could be, they could do something similar to what it is that you do. Like I said, there's going to be a situation, no matter what this person does, I feel like you're both going to be on a level playing field where you understand what their job entails and they understand what yours entails, okay? Then we've got the Judgment card showing up here. This is Scorpio energy. It is talking about a second chance in love. And then here's the Four of Wands, okay? You can get married to this person if this is, if this is what you're wanting. This person is going to be all about the commitment. I feel like they're going to be pushing for it more than you are, if not the same amount. Like I said, you will never wonder about where you stand with this person, because this person is gonna go above and beyond to always let you know how they feel about you on a regular basis, on a daily basis. This is not going to be somebody that's like, oh, I'm going to tell you I love you on your birthday, but then you never hear it for the rest of the year. It's nothing like that. This person is really serious, okay? Because they've had their disappointments in love in the past as well with the Four of Cups, okay? They've had missed opportunities. This could represent your twin. Look at how they're sitting in the dark. Look at that. Look how sad and depressing this is to see somebody sitting like this. But like I said, this person brought it on to themselves, okay? So you got nothing to feel bad about, but I feel like most of you understand that at this point, okay? This is about you believing in yourself with the Strength card. It's Leo energy, and it is also talking about no more holding back. You have to come forward and step into this new love relationship the same way this other person steps into it, because it's like the both of you owe this to each other, okay? If you're wanting this to work out and you're wanting it to be this amazing thing that you're wanting, that you've been wishing for with that Nine of Cups, it's about you believing in yourself, knowing you can have the type of relationship you want, because we all wish for things, but sometimes when they show up, they scare the shit out of us, and then we don't, not necessarily perform, but we don't do what we're supposed to do because we're so shell shocked that what we wanted showed up. So you have to remember that this person is going to give their all, and you need to be able to give your all as well, because again, with the Hierophant, Taurus energy, this person is not fucking around. They are serious about being with you, serious about giving you a commitment, whatever form that may take, a family, getting married, or being in a long-term relationship. This person wants to be your life partner, okay? And then look under here. There's the Two of Cups. okay? This person, there's a strong connection, mutual attraction. You and this person are going to see eye to eye on a lot of different things. You have a lot of similarities between each other, okay? And then again, with the Three of Cups here, this is talking about the twin, okay? Trying to come back, and then this it's going to be three of cups, because one cup is you, one cup is the new person, and the third cup, of course, is the twin, because the twin is not, I guess they're not going to take this lying down, is what I'm hearing. So this is going to be somebody that at the 11th hour, they want to come and try to fix stuff between the two of you, because they feel you moving away when they had all these months, or for some of you, all these years to try to fix things between the two of you, and they didn't want to do it. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Okay, so we've got the release card coming out on your side. So this is about you needing to release any residual energy that you're holding on to from the past, from the twin. This is going to continue to come up because everybody is not 100% completely ready for the new person. Okay, there are still some things that need to be dealt with. I hear battening down the hatches. So there's still some things that need to be taken care of before you're able to fully step into this connection with this new person. Okay. Then we've got the It's Over card coming from the side. This is supposed to be your, this is supposed to be coming from the new person. Okay. This for me is representative of, they may have something that they were in with someone else. Okay. Because this person has things to wrap up as well. They have things that they may need to release as well. And so I feel like Spirit is saying whatever was going on with them and whoever it was, they're going to tell you about it, I'm sure, extensively when the two of you come together. But they had things that they had to deal with as well. And Spirit is saying that's what they're doing. They're putting the kibosh, or putting the end to those things with this card here. Okay. All right. So the first placement we're going to take a look at represents how you can open your heart to love. All right. So, okay, we've got the Eight of Cups and the Hermit reversed. Okay. This is how the cards fell. I normally don't do reversals, but if it falls reversed today, we're gonna take them. Okay. So this is about walking away from things that no longer serve you, walking towards your Nine of Cups, right? Because that's what the Eight of Cups represents, right? Things that weren't fulfilling to you in the past, and you're like, okay, F this, I got to go. I got to go find my Nine of Cups. And when you're walking away from the Eight, that's where you're headed, towards the 9 and then the 10. And I feel like your new person, the new love, is representative of the Ten of Cups. Okay. All right. And then the Hermit reversed. So Spirit is telling you, you got to come out of, a lot of you been in hermit mode for a long time. You have walked away from this person. For some of you, the cards go like this, because I'm reading them from left to right. So for some of you, it goes like this. You've walked away from the person, but you have been in hermit mode for a long time trying to get yourself together. But Spirit is saying, for a lot of you, now it's time for you to come out of the hermit mode. You'll know if it's time for you to do that or not. Okay. But the hermit mode is usually used, it's Virgo energy, and it's used to heal from things that have happened to you, especially if it's something like really traumatic, really, really a really abusive situation, which I feel like you went through. Because like I told you, you know what I always tell you, nobody has to put their hands on you in order to abuse you. Breadcrumbing is abuse. The silent treatment is abuse. Okay. Anything, psychological tricks, manipulation, that's a form of abuse. All these things, people want to just say, abuse in society, especially in the American culture, is mostly about somebody touching you, somebody doing something to you, like physically harming you. But psychological harm and psychological torture is just as bad, if not worse, than physical abuse, because with physical abuse, your body can heal from it easily, a lot of times, depending on what it is. But with psychological abuse, sometimes you carry those scars forever, for years and years and years, because we're not taught how to deal with this type of abuse. We're only taught how to, with physical abuse, you get up, you go to the doctor, you go to the emergency room, you get bandaged up, and then they put you on back out there. But it's not the same for psychological, because a lot of times we shove it down and suppress it, and tend to try to move on with our lives like nothing happened. But this is still textbook trauma and needs to be dealt with. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Hermit and Eight of Cups. Hermit and Eight of Cups. Okay, so the card that's coming from your side is Purge. So again, it's talking about a form of release. You need to look at what has happened, okay, in this situation. So for some of you, like I said, for some of you, the Hermit is upright because you've got to look at what happened in this situation. And you may have to journal, you may have to talk about it. Because like I said, I've told y'all in the past, one thing that I always do that's very helpful to me is something now that has become a daily thing that I do. Okay, is I turn on, I have an iPad, that's what I record on. I turn on my iPad and I talk about whatever it is I need to talk about, because sometimes there are things that you know are very delicate, or you know, I'm a private person and I prefer to try to handle things myself if I can. So I will talk to my iPad and to myself about what's going on. And believe it or not, it's very therapeutic because you can say things that you wouldn't be able to, you know, you might not want to say or might not be able to say to the actual person. What if it's a situation where, you know, you're dealing with trauma with somebody who's deceased, who's passed away. You can't go find that person and say what you want to say to them. So you turn on the iPad or turn on your computer, flip the screen on your phone and talk about what has happened and how it made you feel. It's very, you know, very liberating. I suggest you try it from somebody who's been doing it. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since I've been going through my spiritual awakening. And I told you it started in 2020. So I've been doing it for 5 years. Okay. And I love it. There isn't a day that goes by when I don't turn on the iPad and talk about something. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, the card that fell is life partner. So this is somebody I told you, that's coming into your life to light up your life, to help you, to make your life better, to help you carry your burdens or help you get rid of them if they need to be, you know, gotten rid of. With this life partner card, this is, like I told you, somebody who is not, you know, just here to play around with you or just to, you know, have sex with you or whatever the agenda was of your twin. This person is the complete opposite. Like I always tell you, the complete antithesis of the other person. Okay. All right. All right. So the next placement we're going to take a look at is how you can be more expressive in love. So the card that fell is the Page of Swords. Okay. So this is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Let me clarify this card because I'm going to see one spirits, because it talks about watching. We know that. Page of Swords. And it can, you know, it can also talk about delays, but I don't feel like that's what Spirit is talking about with this card. Okay. So with the Page of Swords, we have on your side the Reinvention card. So Spirit is telling you to reinvent yourself. So I feel like this has to do with how you have carried yourself in love in the past. Okay. And Spirit is telling you this is a new person. It's going to be a completely new experience. It's going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced before. So Spirit is telling you that this is about you becoming a match to what it is you want. So all those things that you wanted this person to be, that you wanted the twin to be, that didn't show up, and the way this new person is showing up, you have to become a match to that. So it's about you reinventing yourself. And what I mean by that is, like I said, letting go of a lot of things that you believed about love, like any type of limiting beliefs you had about love, like, you know, all men cheat or all women cheat, because it doesn't matter if you know you're a male or female watching, you know, just fix it to suit, you know, your narrative. But whatever limiting beliefs you had about relationships, or whatever you being involved with this twin, whatever trauma or new things they brought in, or whatever the patterns were, you need to take a look at those and start to change how you think about relationships. Okay. Because everybody is not out to get you. It may seem like that when you're stuck in the pattern and repeating the same thing over and over again, but Spirit is telling you now it's time to change those things, because we're leveling up. And in order to level up, you've got to level yourself up in order to meet this person. It's like you were up here and the twin is down here, and I feel like this new person is like up here, and you gonna have to, you know, it's not that I don't feel like it's that much of a difference, because you're calling this person in and this person is calling you in, but you're going to have to tweak a few things in order for the two of you to be able to come together like you need to. Okay. All right. So with your person, it's all about vulnerability. So this person's going to come to you with, like I tell you, my metaphor for it is Superman. When Superman pulls open his shirt, when he has on his suit, and he pulls open his suit jacket and his shirt, and you can see the S on his chest. That is how this person is coming in. They're coming in with their heart on their sleeve. They're coming in very, very romantic, very open, telling you exactly how they feel with this vulnerability card. And you're gonna need to match this, okay? Because you, just like how you have to remember how you felt, okay, twins, when you came to your person like this and they didn't reciprocate. Think about how devastating that was for you. How disrespected you felt. How, you know for a lot of you, it felt like the end of the world, because you were in love with this person. You thought you had found your person. And so when something happens like that, when we are looking at somebody like on this level, and they don't match what we thought was going to happen, or they are not giving what you give. It's the same thing like when you are working on a career, something that you enjoy, right? Something that you love, something that you always wanted to do, something that's been your dream, and something happens. Like, say you doing real good at it, and then something happens, and it tanks, and you end up having like this moment where you feel like you failed. It's like you never look at the world the same way again. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's what happened with this twin. This person kind of cracked your foundation when it came to how you were looking at love and what you thought was supposed to happen. But it is supposed to happen. All those things you thought about before you got into that connection with that twin, that is what's supposed to happen. But you had to learn the lesson you had to learn to get the tools that you need to be ready for this person. Because this person, I'm telling you, they on a whole nother level, and they are coming with everything, and you have to be open just like they are. Okay. All right. So next card we're going to take a look at, or next placement, is how you can connect with the love within you. Okay. So we've got the Empress card showing up. Okay. This is Taurus Libra energy. This is spirit talking about, getting more in touch with your softer side, your vulnerability. A lot of you have shut down because of what happened between you and this twin. And spirit is telling you that this is going to be unacceptable. That not sitting in this energy is going to be unacceptable for this new person. Okay. Because they are coming to you open-hearted, with their heart on their sleeve. They're coming to you with this vulnerability, and you need to be able to match that. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Empress. Yeah. Oh, I love this new love for all of us. I love it. Okay. So in order for you to be able to step into this Empress energy, spirit is the first thing we're talking about is recognition. So you're going to know off the bat. I've told you this in the past. You're going to, okay. That's something fell. Okay. So you're going to know off the bat that this person is your person. Your soul is going to recognize this person's soul. Okay. The minute you see them, you're going to know it's them. It's going to be that moment where the hairs stand up on the back of your neck, or you get the goose flesh. That's what's going to happen with this person. It's going to be something in you that's like, oh my God, it's them. Okay. Then we've got the healing your heart. So that's what spirit is saying. You have to make sure that you've healed your heart from what happened with the twin and other things that have happened in the past as well, so that you can be fully open as much as possible with the new person. Okay. Because you got to realize we're on this earth still learning things. Even after you've gone through what you went through with the twin, you're still learning. And this new person is it's gonna be even more of a learning curve, because they're going to inspire you to want to be better, to continually want to work on yourself. Okay. And so, like I told you, nothing comes for free, right? So you want this relationship, you want someone to be like this in your life. It's going to require you to do certain things to maintain the relationship, just like they're going to have to do so as well. But the beautiful thing about this is that the new person, your soulmate, is going to be glad to do it. They're somebody that that's what they do on the regular anyway, okay? Because they had to go through stuff as well in order to prepare for this connection, okay? All right, so the next placement we're going to take a look at is how you can be more trusting, okay? So we've got Two of Swords showing up here, okay? And I feel like it's about you making a choice, all right? Also, it's also about, with the Two of Swords, about you taking off the blindfold. Because if you look at the Two of Swords, I'm trying to see if I got a older deck so I can show you what I'm talking about, but I don't think I brought it with me. Anyway, we're going to describe it. With the Two of Swords, normally it's somebody that's sitting with the two swords crossed across their chest, right? So it's like they're blocking their heart. Anytime in a tarot card, when you see somebody doing that, when you see somebody with something in front of their chest, like the Four of Pentacles, where there's a big pentacle in front of the person's chest. Anytime you see that, that means that you're holding yourself back emotionally, or you're blocking, you're cutting yourself off emotionally, okay? So with the Two of Swords, this is about that, about you uncrossing these swords by making the choice and realizing who is good for you and who is not good for you, because that choice is going to go a long way to helping you open yourself back up to love. Then the second thing is, like I told you, the blindfold. Usually there's someone with the two swords crossed. They have a blindfold across their eyes, and there's the moon in the back. And whenever the moon is showing, that means there are secrets, there are things that are hidden. And it can also, with the blindfold, there's something you're not seeing or you're not wanting to see, because this card can talk about you having your head in the sand, you know, like an ostrich burying your head in the sand, you know, refusing to see certain things. But in order for you to be more trusting, you've got to start to look at those things. You have to start to ask yourself, okay, what are the things that trigger mistrust in me? Okay, what are the things that have been done to me in the past that have caused these things to happen? So all of these things need to be looked at with this Two of Swords, and you know, in order for you to learn to be more trusting. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, we got two cards that fell. On your side, we have the barrier card. Let me clarify this. Let me see what Spirit wants to tell me about it. The barrier, Spirit. Okay. Okay, so for you, twins, the barrier is talking about you being stuck at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, because that's part of your healing, is you realizing that the twin did, like I said, they didn't mean you, you know, they didn't have any good intentions when it came to you. They were not treating you properly. They weren't treating you the way you deserve to be treated. So you have to make a decision to show Spirit that you've gotten the lesson, and you know that people who treat you like this, who don't give what you give, they don't deserve to be in your life. You have to love yourself so much, twins, until you're like, anybody that does not match my energy gotta fucking go, because that's how I am. Because you cannot be afraid. I tell y'all this all the time. You cannot be afraid to be alone, because I'm telling you, when I started to cut people out of my life, it was the scariest fucking thing that I've ever done in my life, but I had to do it because I just realized I had all these leeches just on me, sucking me dry. And I remember I saw a quote, I think it was yesterday. I was on Instagram or something. I was just flipping through Instagram for some reason. And I'm not normally somebody who's on Instagram like that, even though I have an Instagram page. And one of it was like some kind of thing that came up that's talking about 7 truths about life, or something like that. And the first one was, relationships usually die when one person ceases to be of, oh, what's the word, when they stop being, you know, of use to the other person. That was the first thing that came up. And when I read it, it hit me, and it struck me, and I said, you know what, that's right. But the difference between us in the past and other people is that they'll cut us off in a fucking minute if we stop being useful to them. But us, we tended in the past to let people hang on and leech on even after we knew it was time to let them go. So you can't be afraid to fucking look, get the knife out like they do in the movies, and you know, cut them damn leeches off, because you know they say the I don't know, it's the fangs, whatever you call them, dig into the skin, and you have to like take a knife or something to get them out, to get them out of your body. So that's what Spirit is saying. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to be alone. Okay, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but when you love yourself, it's a lot easier. Okay, that's why I'm always preaching about the self-love. Okay, then we've got the poor judgment card. This is something that you got to take a look at. Okay, we've all had poor judgment in the past. When I'm telling you about this stuff, I'm talking about me too. Okay, I read cards for y'all, but I go through things. I'm human just like you are. I go through things just like you have gone through them. And we've all had this in the past. That's why we ended up with people doing fucked up shit in our lives, and we didn't even realize it, or, you know, because we refused to see it. We didn't want to see it. Because, like I said, I don't know about y'all, but in the past, it ain't now, but in the past, it used to be when I loved somebody, I never looked at them the way I should have. I never was discerning. I let a lot of shit slide that I shouldn't have let slide. And just a lot of things would happen between me and people. And when I go back and look at it now, I'm like, why didn't I see that or whatever? But you have to be gentle with yourself. Okay. This is not a session for you to beat up on yourself and, you know, look down on yourself because you've made mistakes, because everybody walking this earth makes mistakes. Like I told you, me too. Okay. So what I'm saying all of this to say is that having poor judgment and being at this crossroads and not making a decision about this new, you know, this old person coming back, because they're going to come back, and that's part of what you got to do to show that you've learned the lesson. Okay, and that you recognize that you had poor judgment, but you no longer have it, and you're able to use your discernment and get rid of folks if you need to. All of this is what's going to help you to move forward, help you to be more trusting, because your discernment is going to tell you if somebody is worthy of trust or not. Okay. But Spirit is telling you, you have blessings coming your way with this new person. I can't say that enough. Okay. I can't stop telling you about this new person's virtues, because this is somebody that just wants to be with you, twins. Okay, they're not about trying to get something from you, or, you know, trying to manipulate you to do this or manipulate you to do that. This is someone who has worked on themselves. They are happy with their lives, but now they're wanting somebody to come in and share it with them, someone where it's gonna be quid pro quo. You're gonna give to them, they're gonna give to you. But when I say quid pro quo, I'm not saying, okay, you got to give me this. If you don't give me this, I'm not going to give you that. Like, this is going to be somebody that like gives you a lot of gifts, does all these things for you, but you will never, if the two of you get in an argument, you will never hear them say, okay, well, I gave you this and I did this for you and I did this for you and now you this and that. It will never be that type of relationship with this person. Okay, I'm trying to show you how different this person is. They're unlike anybody you've ever been with in your life. That's why I'm saying, give this relationship a chance. Don't let what this twin did to you mess things up. Okay. All right. So the next placement we're going to look at is, what is the soul lesson you're learning about love? Okay. 5 of Cups. Heartbreak, breakup, separation, crying over spilled milk. I feel like what Spirit is saying with this card is that you can go through these things. This is what you're supposed to learn. You can go through these things and get through these things. Okay. Because remember what I always tell you, right? I say you can't stop people from hurting your feelings, right? But you can keep them from breaking you. And you can each time you've gone through hurt, remember how it was in the past when you were younger and somebody hurt you, and oh, it took you forever to get over stuff, right? But as you've gotten older, for most of you, it's gotten quicker, right? Because with me, with the twin, the last time, because of the self-love, I was like, okay, yeah, you hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna sit here and say you didn't hurt it, hurt them. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't have my good days and my bad days, but I got through that way quicker than I've gotten through a lot of things that I've gone through in my life. And I feel like it's the same for y'all. It's like anything. It's like riding a bike. You keep going through things. it gets easier and easier and easier for you to deal with them. I'm not saying they hurt any less, but it's easier for you to deal with them because you've done it so many times that you know what to do. And I feel like with this Five of Cups, that's what Spirit is saying, that you're going to have down times in your life. You're going to have heartbreak, even going through a spiritual awakening. Even when you get with a new person, you're going to have, like I said, it's not like you never going to play a wrong note and this person's never going to play a wrong note. Things are going to happen, but this is going to be somebody who is going to be here with you. And it doesn't matter what happens, because as long as the two of you have the right mindset and the right frame of mind, and you're like, okay, well, we're going to work this shit out, because I'm telling you, because this I'm like, you better make sure you want to be with me, because I'm not going nowhere and you ain't going nowhere neither. That's the mindset I sit in with my person, okay? Because I'm like, this person is unlike anybody I've ever met, and this is somebody that I really want to be with. And I'm just not somebody that likes to be out with a bunch of different people playing the field. Like I said, I have no judgments on anyone who likes to do that. I'm just saying I'm not made like that. I'm someone who's always wanted to just be in a monogamous relationship. Okay. Like I said, I've tried the thing, oh, let me date a whole bunch of people, let me do this, let me do that. It's just not for me. Okay. Because I don't, like I've told y'all before in the past, I'm not someone who can get in a relationship and just give you 5%. Okay, I'm gonna give you 50% today, but tomorrow I may only give you 15. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. And I never could understand other people who could do that. I never judged them for being able to do that, but I'm saying that's not my thing. I'm not made like that. So I feel like, with this Five of Cups, Spirit is telling you that you've gone through all of this hurt, okay? But you can get through anything. That's what Spirit is telling you, okay? Hold on. Okay, so, all right, so you are headed in a new direction, okay? With this, after this hurt and this pain, you're going to be rewarded for what you've gone through, okay? So it involves your material world getting better. So, those of you with the money issues and things like that, there's money coming. If you haven't already gotten it yet, there's money coming, okay? Then we've got the new direction card. Spirit is saying, you're headed off into a new path. This situation has, like, I guess, pushed your timeline over into another timeline where this new person is there. And like I said, things are going to change. When it comes to your person's side, we have the storm brewing card. And I feel like the reason why this is showing up is because Spirit is saying that when there are storms that are going to be brewing, or when there are tower moments, you and this person are going to come together, okay, as a team, a cohesive team, and be able to work through things, okay? All right, next placement is, how can you attract someone who is perfect for you? So Page of Pentacles, earth sign, or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is about I feel like, putting out the energy of, a lot of this can talk about, like, being a student, like learning from the things that have happened. And it's also talking about, just putting out that beacon of what you want. Like, and by that, I mean, you want something long-term, you want something stable, you want something committed. Continue to sit in that energy on a regular basis, so that the people that are going to be coming to you from now on are going to have to sit in that energy too, in order to not be rejected by your energy. Okay, let's clarify. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so something for some of you, there may be, your person may be coming in around winter of next year. Okay, this could represent the twin coming in as well with the page, because they always show up as pages for some reason. The twins do, but then your new person, you notice they're in Emperor energy, or in the King, some type of King of Pentacles, King of Cups, that type of stuff. Somebody stable, somebody mature, somebody who's got it going on, because the show compassion card has come up. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you need to make sure you remember. We talked about grace in the past. Like I told you with the twin, I have moved on. I have forgiven them. All right, I don't want to be with them anymore. if they come to me to talk to me about something or whatever, I will listen because spirit has asked me to do so. And it's like I said, it's for the closure thing, even though I've already done my own closure. But with the show compassion card, I feel like spirit is talking about the twin and the new person, because this is about you learning to give grace, like how you would give yourself grace, or you would want someone to give you grace. It's about being able to bestow that same gift on someone else, because at the end of the day, you know, the, how do I say, the narcissistic energy, all of this stuff aside, we're all human beings, you know, doing what we do. I'm saying doing the best we can in the energy that we're in. And so if you sit in narcissistic energy, you know, it's like, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that this person is right. I'm not saying that, you know, they deserve to get a pass. I'm not saying any of those things. Let me put that out there to begin with. But like I said, forgiveness is not about them. It's about you. And what you have to understand is, you know, people are doing the best they can at the time they're going through something. And I'm not sitting here saying that somewhere down the line, if they haven't already started to, that this person is not going to regret, because I see the word regret going through my head, all through my head, spirit is saying. So this person is already regretting what they've done, okay? And you forgiving them and moving on from the situation is what's going to help to free you. Like, a lot of you want this person out of your energy. One of the ways you get them out of your energy is by forgiving them and letting them go and showing compassion. Okay. And like I said, showing compassion is not saying kiss their ass and say, oh, it was okay. You shit all over me and it was okay. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, we're talking about it. I'm talking about it from a karmic aspect, meaning that you need to treat people right. Okay. Because you don't want to reap something that you've sown on somebody that you know, basically shit all over you. And what I mean by that is, you know, they did all this shit to you, right? And it wasn't right, and they deserve whatever they get, because they made this bed and they have to lie in it. But at the same time, you don't want to end up reaping some of that karma yourself, right? Because you were, you know, mean and nasty and angry to them after you supposedly have forgiven them. That's why I'm telling y'all to go through, heal the stuff, and get it to the point, because I'm telling you, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference, where you don't give a fuck one way or the other. And that's what I sit in when it comes to my twin, is indifference. Okay? Like I said, when I get pissed about the way your twins are doing you, yeah, I get pissed about that, because I don't like seeing people that I love get mistreated. That's what that's about. But when it comes to my twin, I don't care one way or the other. I mean, I don't wish anything bad on him, but if he comes back to me and apologizes, or if I never see him again, I'm good either way, even though I know I'm going to see him again, because spirit just tells me on a regular basis. Some days I'm reading for myself and I get the information. It's like the twin be waiting energetically to tell me whatever they want to tell me. And I'm like, why are you telling me? I'm like, why y'all telling me this, spirit? Because I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't really care or whatever. But this is about you realizing you need to become indifferent about this situation. That's how you'll know that you've gotten through it, because you can't completely stop this person from being in your energy, but you can close yourself off enough to where they like, okay, because like now, if he's still there, I don't even feel him, because I got myself so closed off when it comes to him, not everybody else, but to him, that I don't even, it has to be something where I'm just not paying attention, or I'm maybe I'm falling asleep or something like that, where my, I guess, guards or whatever aren't up, or they slip, and then maybe I might get a hit from him or something like that, or something. But when that happens, I know it's him thinking about me, because I'm not thinking about his ass. The only time I probably think about him is when I'm reading for y'all, because I'm trying to explain certain concepts to you. Okay, but spirit is telling you, in order to attract somebody who is perfect for you, you have to be willing to show compassion, even for the people who did you wrong. Okay. And like I said, compassion is not saying it's okay that you did what you did. It's saying, okay, I'm going to show you this grace and let you go because I love myself enough to not carry your energy around with me anymore. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get a message from your future lover. Okay. Okay. So I feel like what they're telling you is we've got the Six of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles showing up here, right? So this is Spirit telling you, or this person telling you that you are, their wish come true with the Nine of Cups here, because it's the overall energy. And so it stands for both of you. You are their wish come true. Okay. You are everything good about love for them. This is also talking about with the Six of Wands that you are their dream lover and that they want to build a life with you, whether, with family, money, love, legacy, the whole 9 yards, everything. This person wants everything with you. They want to be everything to you and they want you to be everything to them. Okay, let's clarify. Six of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Six of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, please. Yeah, see? Spirit is saying the answer is yes, okay? That this person is saying yes. You are their person, okay? They're saying they're ready to go the whole way with you, okay? And then we've got drawn to you. So this person is drawn to you. Like I told you, for a lot of you, they already have feelings for you. For a lot of you, this person is already in love with you, okay? It's like they saw you and they were struck like by Cupid. They talk about Cupid's arrow. That is true. Cupid, people talk about, Cupid's arrow. That's not real, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because when I saw my person, like it didn't happen the first time I saw them because I didn't realize that, who they were and I really wasn't looking at them. But the second time I saw them, I was like, oh my God. I was like, how come I can't take my eyes off of this person? And so it's like that awestruck moment, like when you see people in the movies and their mouth falls open and they're like, oh my God, it's true. It's true. It happens. So like I said, when you see this person and like really know who they are, it will hit you and you will realize, because like I said, soul recognition, your souls recognize each other. Okay. And that's why your person had the reaction that they had with you. Okay. All right. So we are going to get some messages from the new person. We're gonna get some messages from Spirit. We're gonna leave the twin out of this for right now, even though they tried to sneak in with that Page of Wands card. All right. Ooh, look at the card slapping me in the face. Hold on. So we've got, your voice has a therapeutic effect on me. I could listen to you for hours. So this tells me that you and this person are going to have many, many, many beautiful conversations together. Okay. They're going to tell you all about their lives. You're going to tell them all about yours. You're going to realize like all the synchronicities, all the coincidences, not coincidence. Let's try it again. Coincidences that the two of you, have had. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. Okay, so my person is American, okay? And they are from the West Coast. So when I think back, like at one point I was talking about moving, right? And thinking about where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? And California was one of the states that I was looking at, right? And the city that my person is from was one of the cities that I was thinking about moving to. Then there is another city that my person used to live in that I've visited that city like a couple of times. So it's like things like that. It's like the two of us have been orbiting each other for many years on and off, or like we have similar backgrounds, like career wise, things that I've done for work in the past. My person has done the same thing. And it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy the things that you hear and you see and you're like, oh my God. or like hobbies and things like that. This person likes to do a lot of the same shit I like to do. So it's going to be stuff like that. You and this person are going to have a real meeting of the minds, and the similarities are going to be so crazy till it like freaks you out. Okay. All right. So we've got, whenever I see flowers, I think of you. So this is someone who, they're going to be bringing you flowers. This person is going to be romancing you, man or woman. Put it, make it fit. This person is going to be very romantic and do things to lighten and brighten your day. Then we've got, I thought this was lust, but I was not used to love flowing through me like this. See, so this person wasn't used to this happening to them too. They were gobsmacked just like you are. Okay. We've got, you make me feel like a kid again. All right. I feel like you're both going to be like that. You're both gonna laugh and have a good time with each other. And just the fact that you can do that with each other and laugh and have a good time and feel like a kids around each other. That means it's like you're creating a safe space for each other, and you're able to, be in a trusting, you're able to trust each other. Okay. Because in order for you to let down your hair and be like that, it has to be with someone with whom you have these warm feelings for, and for somebody that you truly trust. Okay. Then we've got, I feel at home with you. Okay. So I feel like you're both going to feel like home for each other. I feel like it's going to come to a point to where wherever your person is and wherever the two of you are together, that's going to be home no matter where you are in the world. Okay. Okay. You got one more. There's one more card that fell for your person. It says, I have so much passion and desire for you. It drives me mad. So this person, like I said, they want you as much as you want them. Okay. Those of you who are, like I said, you got 2 feet out the door and you're done with the twin, and, you're not looking back. This person is wanting you just as much as you want them. So it's not a thing of them holding themselves, back and not trying to, be with you. They are waiting for the time to be right for them to step into your life. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we're going to get some messages of love from spirit. Okay. Before I let you go. Okay. So for spirit. Okay, here's your twin jumping up in the reading. I told you they're not going to stay gone. They're going to find every opportunity to come forward and say something to you. So it says apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. So this person is dead set on coming to apologize, because they figure that this is like one of the only things they can do in order to try to draw you back into the situation with them. But I feel like that all of you are smarter than that, and you're not going to let this fly. Okay. Then we've got awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. I feel like it's everybody involved in this situation, you, the twin, and the new person. Okay. Then we've got acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. All right. Like I said, I know a lot of you thought that you were going to end up with your twin, but with this acceptance card, spirit is just saying, this was a lesson that you had to learn, and there were things that your twin had to learn. And so you have to just accept things as they are and move forward. Okay. That's what's going to help you move forward, is the acceptance. Okay. And then we've got longing. Spirit is saying someone is secretly yearning for you. And I feel like it's both the twin and the new person. Because like I said, the new person knows who you are a lot. For a lot of you, this person is holding themselves back because they feel like you're going through something at this time. They don't want to come towards you, and seem like they're an seem like they're an opportunist and trying to, pull one over on you. This person wants you to be, free and open and ready to be with them before they fully come in like that. Okay. So that's why a lot of times you're going to get a small love offer from them, because they want to test the waters to see how receptive you are to them. Okay. But like I said, the two of you are going to be healing each other. All right. So here we go. We've got a Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle deck, and it says, Oracle card, excuse me. And it says, take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's inner thoughts. Okay. So this is just spirit saying, take the time to explore each other, because for some of you, the new person may already be here. Okay. And for those of you where the person is coming, take the time to explore them and learn about them, and open yourself up to them. Okay. All right, twins, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.